Hey, welcome back to Magic City Entertainment. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. As you can see, my chair it looks a little different because the one I had broke. It's completely gone. So now I'm in the process of looking for a better one. I'm looking for like a gamer chair because now I game my PC, and so it just makes it easier for me to have a seat like that. So if you guys know any good game PCs, please drop them down in the comment sections for me. But anyway, let me go ahead and hop into this video that we're going to be making, that you guys are not making, but be watching. So I'm bringing back the top 5s and top 10 lists. So I felt like I haven't done them in, I don't know, it's been a while since I've done one of those. So today I'm doing a top 5 list of animes that I think are disappointing. I would love to hear from what you guys think of which ones are very disappointing yourself. So drop it down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Coming in at number 5, we have Blue Exorcist. And let me say, I was a huge fan of the original when it first came out, but they decided years later to make a new version. I was like, oh yes, let's go. Let's make a new version, because it's been a long time since we have an anime like this, at least Blue Exorcist wise. And I was super hyped when it was announced and when it came out. But then when it came out, I was like, what is this? It wasn't like it was bad. It was disappointing, but it had a lot of potential. It was just, it seemed like they didn't know. It seemed like they didn't know how to make it like continue what the original had left off at, because for some weird reason they decided to start this one in the pretty much in the middle, kind of like stretch it out to where it goes the same way how it ended, but in a different way, if you get what I'm saying. It's not like it's a bad anime. It was still good to watch. It's just I wasn't expecting it to be the way it was. I expected more, a lot more, when they announced this, and they dropped the ball with this. And I hope if they do decide to bring it back for another season, they do much better, because the original set the bar so high, and then when this came out, it just wasn't at the same level as we expected it to be. So that's why this anime was disappointing. Coming in at number 4, we have Psychopass. And let me say, the first season of this anime was really freaking good. It was probably one of my favorite animes at that time. So a little time had passed, and then we got season 2. And season 2 did not live up to what season 1 had. I don't know what happened, but it felt like the story just wasn't as compelling as the first season. And I know that you really can't compare the seasons between 1 and 2, but I mean, the first season set it up so high, and then the second season came and it just wasn't as good as the first season. And I'm not sure it's because of the main characters that they chose this time around. Wasn't really a fan of the new guy character that was supposed to be the main character's little sidekick, I guess. And now the main focus is with this girl now that was in the first one. So it wasn't like she's a bad character or anything. It's just, I don't know, I just felt like the chemistry between her and the new guy, it didn't fit as well as it worked in the first season. And it seemed like they lost the magic for what the show had. It still had great animation. The story wasn't bad, it just wasn't as good as it could have been. So it definitely could have been better anime. I definitely love the whole concept of, you know, your psych basically is how you can get killed in this anime. If you get it too high, you're pretty much a psychopath or whatnot. And it just wasn't as interesting as the first season. And I don't know what it was, but something just was kind of off about it. It just didn't feel like Psychopass that we know and love. Coming in number 3, we have Sword Art Online. And you're probably wondering, Sword Art Online, why is this on here? Let me tell you the reasons why. So it has gotten better, but at one point this show kind of had fallen off. Like, people weren't really talking about it as much. When it first came out, everybody was like, yo, have you seen the anime Sword Art Online? I'm like, nah, what is that? And then when people were telling me about, yo, that's kind of dope. It has that whole VR and everything. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty lit. And then, the first season was good. Like, the first half of the season was good, let me say. Then it got into this whole fairy tale and fairies and everything. And it kind of like, I don't know, the energy from that first half was something else. It was so good. Storytelling was amazing. The fight scenes were amazing. And I'm not saying the fight scenes weren't good, and the next part as well. They were still good. It's just, it felt like it took a step back from where it was supposed to be. And lately, it has gotten better. They have a new one going on right now. It still seems like they're getting back to where it was supposed to be. But in the beginning, this show was great, and then it fell off the planet. Like, people just didn't talk about it as much. People are now starting to talk about it again, since recently they have a new video game out and everything. So it seems like they're getting back to the roots where it should be. I'm hoping this anime doesn't fall off again. It's a great anime. It really is. But still, to me, it just doesn't have that same type of energy that first half of that season. That first season, it set the bar so high. But I hope it does get back to that, because that's what anime need. We just need anime to stay good. We're not asking for too much. So I hope they keep this success going and everything. But it was very disappointing, in the beginning. But lately it has gotten better. I just hope it doesn't fall back down. Coming in at number 2, we have Tokyo Ghoul. Oh God. What can I even say about Tokyo Ghoul? First season was great. The latest few seasons they've had have not been that good. It just seems like the first season was just so well-rounded, and everything with the whole storytelling and getting everybody introduced and all that, And then as the other seasons progressed, it just felt like the anime, like the show, just kind of lost what it was going for. It's kind of now it's all over the place. It's here, it's there, it's pretty much everywhere, and it just seems like they didn't know what to do anymore. It seems like they kind of ran out of ideas. And this anime has so much freaking potential. It still does. It's just, I don't know what it has to do to get back to where it was when it first came out. Like, maybe the show is pretty much done. Maybe they ran out of ideas because they don't know what else to tell, and it happens, So why keep something going if you kind of have ideas? It just seems like they don't know what to do with this anime anymore. They're just putting episodes out just to put it out. Like, the animation still looks great. Like, it looks crisp. The fight scenes look good, everything, but the story is just all over the place. And I know most people look for good storytelling in anime, as long as some good fight scenes. And that's one thing the show has kept going constantly, is with good fight scenes. The only thing keeping it from being good again is storytelling. Everything else is pretty damn decent. The storytelling is just been all over the place pretty much, and that's one thing that's holding it back. Soul Eater Not. Oh God. Why did they even make this anime to begin with, honestly? Soul Eater was really freaking good. It was actually one of the first animes I actually started watching, and I fell in love with it. and it fortunately left with a cliffhanger. And then we never got anything for years. We never got anything. And then they said, "Oh, we're gonna make something." And when they first said it, I'm like, okay, maybe have potential here. All right, if you can really take what the last one had and bring it over, that'd be great. But no, they didn't do that at all. Like, I thought they were gonna continue where the last one left off. Nope, they decided to do something completely different with like 3 new main characters, and then they had the audacity to just put the original characters in for like a fight scene. That's it. That's all we get. Is them in a fight scene. I'm like, are you serious? That's all you're gonna give us? Like, I expected more. Like, I was like, all right, you're gonna be doing something with Soul Eater here. You can make it great. Like, you can literally just do anything. You can start the whole story over for all I care. Like, you could have literally retold me the story of the first one with better animation and everything. I would have loved it. But no, they decided to do something new, there's nothing wrong with doing something new. It's just do it with a little bit better than what we had gotten. I'm not saying it's a bad anime. It was just extremely disappointing because the original, like I said, the originals, they set the bar a little bit high, and you have to live up to that. And if you can't live up to that, it's kind of disappointing. And unfortunately, Soul Eater Not was disappointing. Like, it had so much potential to be great. It really did. It could have put Soul Eater back on the map. Now, like I said, people don't talk about Soul Eater, but if you say Soul Eater, most people are gonna say, "Oh, they're talking about that Soul Eater Not, right?" No, like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad at all. It's decent to watch. It's just, it was disappointing. The story wasn't really that great. The animations were decent. It wasn't like the animations was wow, mind blowing. Animation was decent, but I expected better, especially since those people who make Soul Eater are like one of my favorite anime people. Like, they know what they're doing over there. It's just unfortunately with this one it kind of fell off. And it's so weird because Fire Force is made by the same people that made Soul Eater. So I don't know what happened with it, but yeah, I just don't know. I wish I do, but I don't. It definitely could have been better. Very disappointed on the potential they have with this anime. The God of High School. I can't really talk too much about it, but for right now, for me personally, this anime is disappointing. By far, super disappointing because my expectations for this anime were huge. When I saw this trailer, I was like, yes, this looks dope. This looks amazing, actually. So when I first started watching it, I'm like, all right, yeah, not bad. Could be better. I'm not a fan of the animation. It's so weird because in the trailer it looked so good, but then when it came out, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, and it sucks because the concept of it is pretty dope, like a tournament of gods from different high schools competing against each other. And for some reason, it just, I don't know. I'm still gonna watch it, and I'll give you guys a update with it to see if my opinion is staying the same. Because right now it's extremely disappointing, and I'm sad to say that because this show has like beyond potential, especially since it's a new anime. It's not like it's something that's old and getting renewed. No, this is a brand new type of anime, and so far I'm not feeling it. I'm very disappointed. So I'm hoping my opinion does change throughout the season it goes. Right now it's only like 6 episodes, but in those 6 episodes it's not looking good. It's not looking very good for them. So I'm hoping it does take a turn for the better, but as of right now, I don't see it. But my opinion can definitely change later on, but I'm hoping it does because, like I said, this show has a lot of potential. Coming in at number 1, we have Boruto. My goodness, huge Naruto fan. So when Boruto was actually announced, I was like, yo, this is lit. We're gonna have like a little baby Naruto running around, you know, doing his own little thing like his dad did. But then it just, nah, man, this is a fail. it's super disappointing. Like, Naruto was something special, something super special. And yeah, Naruto has those, super hella fillers. Like, Naruto is known for fillers, but it's known for great storytelling also. Boruto, same, it's literally the same. It's wash and repeat. It's basically Naruto, but now it's called Boruto. Literally, it feels exactly like Naruto. It has a little differences here and there. You do have, I'll be honest here, the only reason why I watch Boruto is because of all the characters that are from Naruto are on Boruto. If that was not the case, if Boruto was like, didn't show any of them, Sasuke, Naruto, I'm not going to speak about Sakura, but if they didn't show all these other characters, I would not watch this anime. I wouldn't. Like, the only reason why I watch this anime is to see what are they going to do. I don't really care about Boruto and the rest of the people. I just don't. I don't find them interesting. They're not enjoyable to watch. Like, I'm only there for the older cast. And that's saying something about this anime. Like, that's saying so much that, something's not right. That this, the chemistry or something went wrong when thinking about this anime. I'm not saying it's bad. This anime is just not for me personally. It can be for other people. Other people may love Boruto. For me personally, I feel like this was a big disappointment because the potential, not even the potential, they knew what they were getting with when they started making this. They knew that when Boruto was announced, you knew people were going to compare it to Naruto. And it wasn't like it was nothing bad to do that. It's just Naruto set the bar really high, let me say. And if Boruto does not live up to that, that's not good. It's not a good look. And it's crazy because Boruto, the movie, was pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I would say the only real cool thing was the big boss fight that they had. So I think that's why it was so good. Because that animation, let me say the animation was really good. And let's say one thing about Boruto is that the animation is hit or miss. Like, some episodes is really freaking good. Some episodes you're like, what am I watching? So it's super hit or miss with it, but I hope it does eventually get better because we need Boruto. I wouldn't say we need Boruto, but I would say Boruto does have a place in anime. It's just not as high on people's list as it could be because it's at one of those disappointing lists, almost damn near bad lists. I wouldn't categorize it as a bad list. I would say it's a disappointing as so far. Who knows? It may get better, but I guess we'll never know until it keeps going, right? But I'm hoping that it does succeed. But as it stands right now, Boruto is disappointment right now. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.